What is going on here? Our championship leader is slowing. He goes by his pit crew. This is terminal. Can you believe it?
The very first V8 Ute Championship that I competed in, I lost it by 7 points, but it probably wasn't as cruel as this because this year has been ultra competitive. That is simply not fair.
Can you believe it? Those words that Jack Elsegood said on the radio there, it's over. He's done everything right. He led the championship coming into the last race. He had a healthy margin. He was right behind Grant Johnson. That is the biggest kick in the guts you could take.
I don't think I could take it, Aaron. I mean, the guy has pretty much run a faultless season. I mean, we've got racing going on here and we're speechless. We can't actually comment on that because at the moment, the fact that Jack Elsegood is sitting on the edge of the track watching Grant Johnson walk away with what he probably considered his championship is just unbelievable.
I'm gobsmacked. I cannot believe the bad luck in this last race. It's going to mean that with the retirement in this one, if Grant Johnson stays in the lead, he'll win the round, he'll win the championship, and for the third straight year, Jack Elsegood will be the runner-up.
And that's going to be no consolation for him. But I guess back to the action now. Matt Kingsley looking aggressive as ever. The headlights are on. And Andrew Fisher, who looks to wrap up the Rookie of the Year, I'm sure would like to finish this final race inside the top 10. And this battle here is for 8th and 9th.
Kingsley around the outside at Southern Loop. Another with a side skirt flailing. You can tell that this is the last race of the year and there's new cars coming for 2008.
Well, those in the Commodores, it's like game on, but the guys in the Fords, it really is a short break to the next round, which is round 1 at the end of February next year, so Fisher will not want to get involved in too much fisticuffs.
The hard stop down at Honda Corner. Glenn McNally is locked in behind these guys, but we're counting down the laps in the 2007 Yokohama V8 Ute Series. Powered by Freightliner, a replay, the Yokohama replay. Brad Patton in another of the big gun racing cars, just a little bit sideways on the exit of MG, but a good fight here. Fisher withstanding the pressure from Kingsley.
And Matt Kingsley probably lucky he's not in a V8 supercar race. That side skirt would probably earn him a drive-through penalty to tear it off.
Across the top of Lukey Heights, he looks like he's got a little bit more pace than Andrew Fisher here, but hasn't been able to find a way past. He has a look, but Fisher covering the line. They're on the penultimate lap, so defensive driving is pretty much okay from here on in, but Andrew's got enough pace here to hold him off.
We've seen a number of times he's got some tremendous straight line speed, so all he needs to concentrate on corner exit to make sure you get the power down nice and smooth and blaze away down the straight.
The long left-handed sweep up onto the Gardner Straight. Fisher a little bit out in the grass there, but he hangs on. 1 lap to go in the 07 championship. Giannis Derhams and Colin Corkery, 2 teammates, even though they drive a Holden and a Ford respectively.
I don't know about teammates. They're prepared in the same workshop, but I can tell you throughout the year it's been clearly demonstrated that the 4 WPR prepared cars are driven by drivers who are not in the same team.
Here is Grant Johnson. We'll be looking in the mirrors wondering what on earth has happened, but he's on target for a race win, a round win, and most importantly, a championship win. Half a lap to go.
It needs to be said, when he lined up on the grid for this 3rd and final race and he was 34 points behind Jack Elsegood, he said it before the race, Jack needs to have a DNF, but who really would have thought that would happen?
Quite amazing, isn't it? How the fortunes change. Craig Dontis, Alan Letcher and George Medicki, plenty of damage to some of those Utes, but Grant Johnson on his way home. Across the top of Lukey Heights. One more time.
And look at him throwing it sideways. You know, I've said a bit about how Jack Elsegood, how unfortunate it is and how sad it is. But Grant Johnson, he has been there the whole season. He has been a contender the whole year. And yes, he's made mistakes, but the guy's going to win the championship. I know how it feels, and right now he'd be pumping his fist.
I know John Patchos, Barrel as he's affectionately known in the pit lane. I'm sure there's going to be a tear or two tonight. Grant Johnson, the final turn in the 2007 Yokohama V8 Ute Series, powered by Freightliner. He's going to get the race. He's going to get the round. He is the champion.
Fantastic stuff, Grant Johnson, John Patros and the whole Grove team. It just goes to show, you know, that championships are a whole year proposition, not a single race.
Well, the only result Grant Johnson could hope for became a reality. A DNF for his rival, Jack Elsegood. It was almost too good to be true.
Yeah, they were on the radio, and I was trying to actually get to the radio to turn it off. I didn't want to know. Yeah, I just tried to just get it out of my mind and just keep driving and keep it on the track and stay in front of Kim for the round win as well.
Grant Johnson wins the round, 5 points clear of Kim Jane. Leighton Cranbrook has been very strong in the back half of the season. He rounds out the podium from Darren Palmer and Andrew Fisher.
And for Glenn McNally to finish well inside the top 10 on a debut event in the V8 Utes category, he can take great confidence into 2008.
Grant Johnson, the champion, 15 points back to Jack Elsegood. Kim Jane, home in third, clear of Andrew Fisher and Gary Baxter. So it's a round and a championship for Johnson. Elsegood robbed of the title that continues to elude him. Bridesmaid for the third year in a row.